Oh, okay.
And we are live.
All right.
Okay.
So what's up, guys?
frame.
John here with Sharisse and
Jason Salinas!
And our special guest, Jason Salinas.
That's my
IFBB
dude.
Pro, Team Titan member, family member, good friend, and loyalty, baby, in here. That's what we're talking about
Yes.
today. That's going to be one of the main topics. So thank you guys for all joining in. If you guys have any questions, please shout it out. Seth Jordan, what's going on? Thank you guys for everybody that's tuning in right now. Waiting for everybody to get on so we can start this bad boy.
In case you're wondering, we only had 2 chairs, so I had to sit on John.
That's okay.
In case you're wondering. So don't ask that question. There's your answer.
I don't mind, so I'll take it. I'll take it. What's up, Kate? How you guys doing? Patrick James, everybody's joining in here. All right, so usually it's just me and Sharisse that are sitting here, but today we have our awesome special guest, Jason Salinas, and he's coming all the way from California.
Cali.
So that's like, thank you, Cairo Mike, for our Cairo remake. So thank you for buying badges, guys.
Oh my
you guys
God, I
can
got a
buy
tip.
badges. Support us out here. Tell us we're doing good. And we're going to be doing some giveaways, too, for you guys out there. And I got some special bags that came in, too. So it's going to be a really, really cool giveaway. That I do
John's
this
got
time.
some cool little ideas he's coming up with. I can't let them all out yet, but there's some cool stuff he's coming out with.
Yes. So
for sure.
Back to our special guest, Jason flew all the way in from California. And we've got another Team Titan member in the house.
Yeah.
We've got Albert's in the background. We just ain't got space in front of this.
He wasn't sitting on my lap.
Camera. and Jason, he ain't sitting in the lap. So, we got full studio in here. But, coming in from California, that's like way across the country, like literally diagonally, like almost, right?
Yeah.
So
Like
how was the
10-hour
flight
difference.
coming in? How was the travel? How was everything coming in?
Travel always going to your destination is exciting, even though you got layovers and, sometimes the flights get canceled or rescheduled. We're just glad to be here. So, it's, we haven't been here in 2 years. It seems like forever.
No, it has been forever.
Yeah.
It has, I mean, this is the first time he's been to the new office.
New office,
Yes.
Which is super cool because I always forget that not everybody has seen our new office, which we're very proud about.
Absolutely.
And Jason has a good story behind him, right?
Absolutely.
So, Jason has his version too. So, I mean, long story short, what was this? We have a number yet? 6 years?
Almost 6 years.
All right, 6 years. And me liking you for 6 years, that is an accomplishment. So, Jason, he reached out to us long time ago, 6.5 years ago, let's just call it. And, he's like, hey, listen, tell the story.
So basically, I've been in the fitness industry, love and passion for working out. I've been a trainer for over 20 years. I definitely believe that when I meet with somebody, I like to do an external evaluation, but I think an internal evaluation is very, very important. I went many years of training and had a handful of clients who did everything right from their diet to their training and just didn't see the change in their results. And the whole time I thought it was what I was doing. So I'm constantly changing their menu, changing their workouts, and all to come to find out they all had hormonal issues, which slowed the process down.
Absolutely.
And so at about the age of 32, being in the gym, loving working out, I kind of hit this note where I basically just kind of was doing everything I could to avoid my own personal workout. I went to a local doctor. I said, hey, do you do TRT? Do you test for testosterone? He did. My levels were low. I got on TRT. I automatically had an increase in energy. I felt great. Had a zest for working out again. And obviously in my industry, it's really easy when someone goes, hey, I want to try something. I go, get your blood work done and see what you need recommended from a doctor. Do it the right way. Be safe. Get your blood work done every 6 months. Make sure your levels are optimal. And so I basically helped change this private physician's practice to specializing in TRT. And he worked really well in getting my clients in to the point where he got to have a 7 month wait. And so I was like, man, what am I going to do? I still believe when I meet with somebody and they're going to invest the money into me, I say you have to get your blood work done 30 and over. It's just, I would hate to see you waste your money and not know what's going on internally. So I found you guys on Instagram and started following you for about a year.
John does the same thing.
And just kind of watching what you were doing, some of the different therapies that you offer really excited me because I was like, wow, injectable vitamins, I mean, that sounds incredible. Injectable BCAAs, that's incredible. So finally got the courage, closed mouth does not get fed. And so I called or messaged John and said, hey, I'm in the industry. I believe in what you do 100%. I'm in Northern California, and I said, I can refer you a lot of people. I said, I'm not really looking to get paid. I just like to get my product for free. And so John said, hey, we hear that a lot. Let me send you out a little Titan Complete and a Hercules potion, and we'll get your blood work done and we'll talk. So I didn't actually even have to respond back to him. If I remember correctly, it was about 2 weeks later. John actually messaged me, and he says, "Man, you're the real deal." He said, "We've already probably got about 12 or 15 people from
Northern
California signed up."
Yeah.
And my clients are always like, "We want to do what you're doing." So if I'm on Titan Complete, Hercules Potion, TRT, glutathione, biotin, they're on the same thing. And so it's expensive, but you're putting high quality product into your body. And I asked the client one time, I said, how do you afford it? Because how could I not? Because I've spent hundreds of dollars on supplements my entire life, and I've never felt them. I've never felt what a vitamin does to you. I've never felt what BCAAs do to you. Right. And so I was like, wow, that makes sense, and so I definitely believe in the product. The clients are happy. The customer service is part of none, even though you guys are on the East Coast or we're on the West Coast.
Don't worry, I stay late for his people.
And these guys, they know majority of my clients by name, and if there's issues,
sure.
I mean, Sharisse and John actually get with them and get their problems resolved. So it's been an incredible connection and family that we've created, and it is about loyalty. I was telling Sharisse, I just had a guy reach out to me because they know, people in Northern California know how many people obviously I refer to Titan, and he's like, "Oh man, I got an opportunity for you to come over. You should be making X amount of money with this time." And it was like, it didn't even take me but 2 seconds to say, no, I'm fine and content with where I'm at, because it's about loyalty. These guys have taken care of me. They've been in my corner, anything I need. And the way that they treat my clients is above and beyond. So just glad to be part of you guys' family.
I love Salinas, man. I call him Salinas, but... it honestly, guys, I wanted to bring him on for like this particular story because we get these inquiries all the time, right? Like people call in, text in, email in, IG in, DM, whatever the little message things are called. But everybody's calling in like, hey, listen, I can get you this, I can get you that, I can send you this. I want to be sponsored. I want this. I need that. I can send you X amount of people for X amount of dollars. And first of all, just so you do know, in the medical field, you are not allowed to do that. That is against the law. So, there's a very tiny bit of population left on this planet where their morals go before anything else. And Jason is one of those people. I can probably name off a few other people that are part of the team. First person comes to my head is probably Stacey Masita. But, a few other people that have been with us for a really long time. But I brought some other people onto the team that have showed their worth before we brought them on. Mm-hmm. So my best advice to everybody out there is if like you ever really do want something, or like you want to be sponsored, or you think you can bring something to the table, you should probably show what you can do before asking for stuff, right? And then, we've also had people come to us, going to ask us for, money, not just for sponsorships, but for like, money to pay for whatever. I don't even know. But see, you have to remember where I come from, right? Nothing was ever given to me. Nothing. Not even my first pair of Nikes were given to me, because my dad told me, he's like, I will provide you with what you need, and whatever you want, you better go and get a job and work for it. So the first thing is that, oh, look, I got a little brother. I could babysit him. I'll take a couple bucks an hour for that. It took me about a year to get me a pair of Nikes. But it's, it's about that back morals, the loyalty. You can't buy loyalty. You can't buy that. You can't buy a reputation either. You got to build a reputation. So it's like little things like that. And that's, I love Jason. That's my dude.
Yeah. I mean, even, the first time we talked, right? Jason was like, listen, I do this. And awesome as far as what I've seen online too, because I'm the exact same way. I will literally, look at somebody, look at their profiles, see what they're posting, see a little bit about who they really are. Because, not all the time you get to see the true person that's on social media. Yeah. But eventually some light starts showing through it, and consistency of what they're doing, right? So that was one thing that I really liked off the bat. That was one thing I really did look at. After that, kind of, showing what you can do. It's all about, presenting your value. And Jason did that immediately, very fastly, right? The next thing was the look of Jason and who he is. He's literally one of my poster childs. Yeah. And when he said it to me, it is true, where Jason has a great quality look that I think that every guy would want to achieve. And he's not some young 21-year-old kid with this look, right? Because it's a lot easier to do it. The older that you get, the harder it is to keep that look. I don't care what you're doing or how hard you're training, right? But we can transform, right? Because, I've seen 60-year-olds and 80-year-olds, but you don't see the majority of people do that.
Right.
And that's really where it's a big plus. And then his character. right? So Jason's came here before. We've met him. We've talked to him. Love Jason. We've had some great times already.
sure.
I wish he was on this coast with us.
I know, right?
You know, we got to have some representation in NorCal. So
Yeah.
at that point, you know, he is Team Cali, Team Titan Cali out there. So it's awesome. You know, a great person all around, like I said. You know, that's the kind of people that we want. We want quality people.
You know, and it goes back to this thing too. Of course,
Quality
you
over
know,
quantity, guys.
he's competed, and he's actually competing this weekend at Tampa Pro, right?
He is
Yeah.
an IFBB pro,
Yeah.
baby.
So that's exciting, right? However, okay,
Thank you, Kim. Thank Angie for buying your
he
badges.
doesn't just deal with people that compete. He deals with your average day-to-day person,
Yes.
a regular person.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. You don't have to be a competitor, right, to come to Titan Medical Center. You can be an average person. I actually have somebody in this room. He's going to come on over. Come on. Come on now.
Oh, Alvin's
on,
gonna
hey.
go. There we
Come
go.
on here. Come in the back. Come in the
Showtime.
back, right here.
Showtime.
Look. So we got a special guest.
Yeah, we got two special guests
Two
now.
special guests. This guy, this is super cool to meet him in person
Yes.
today. Because I get to talk to him in the messages all the time, you
Yeah.
know? But to actually get to meet him in person, and like he's had a huge transformation with Titan, and it's so cool.
Yeah.
It's so
Yeah.
cool.
Things
So
like that are
cool.
awesome. So yeah, I mean, so the experience with Titan so far.
I mean, he kind of looks
you know, it's-
normal, right? Right, guys?
He looks good.
I'm
40,
kidding.
Yeah.
49.
49 years
Yeah.
old.
49.
That's
And,
awesome.
and now, I mean, usually, listen, the majority of the population is obese, or
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, or overweight. Especially when we get older, and you see guys and they're walking around with big beer bellies and stuff like that. Man, Albert ain't got that. He took his shirt out in front of me, changed it from Titan shirts, man. He looks phenomenal.
Yeah.
And a lot of guys are trying to get like that. They just don't know how to, or they might be going around the wrong way. You know, that's a big thing. So I think it's super important too, not only for Titan's therapies or to check your blood levels, but to have the right nutrition program together, training program, and having somebody that's properly training you, and sleep. That's another one I always throw in there. Reset
Yeah.
the glass.
Can I say
That's on that.
Yes,
Absolutely.
please.
Go
That's
ahead.
why I brought you here.
So on that note, like what they're referring to is I'm that. Right? Jason, I came to Jason about almost 18 months ago. I was 238 pounds. I was 27% body fat, and I had to make a decision to make some changes. So I was going through a huge life change. One of them I wanted to do with physical. So I actually met Jason on Instagram, through a friend that he transformed. And so the planets aligned, and one of the things that I didn't know about was nutrition or supplements. I was the average Joe who thought that, you know, anything put in my body that was a pill or liquid was not good for you.
Right.
And so
That's a persona.
Right, and so I didn't know what a BCAA was. I didn't know what any of these other, you know, words were for nutrition. I didn't know that testosterone levels was a big deal for a man.
For sure.
So
For sure.
when Jason met with me, right, I was 47. I told him my goals. I said, I want to look like you. Right, and I actually said that, and he's like, cool, well, you need to follow my plan and you need to do this. So that was really good for me to hire a coach, first of all. So if you're in a place where you need help, first thing I would suggest is hiring a coach.
Yeah.
Hire someone so they can teach you what you need to do.
Yeah.
And then on that, I remember when we met, he's like, the first thing you need to do is you need to get blood work. And I'm like,
Because you only see so much from the outside.
well, and he
Always too
said
much.
that, and I'm like, well, why? And he's like, well, because I don't know your body type. And he was telling me that some people he would train, they would follow the T, but if your testosterone level as a man, you may not be seeing the results that you need based on this, that, or the other. This is true. So when I got my tests, they were really low. They were below 500.
Yeah.
They were like 300, I think.
Yeah.
And I just still didn't know what that meant.
Right.
So here's the key. I got the work, and then you guys followed up with me.
Yes.
Yep.
The doctor called me and had this interview with me and went through everything very detailed about enzymes, about my liver, about my blood cells, about my testosterone level. And I still don't remember what the conversation was. But what it did for me is it was the first time in my life, in my entire life, that actually a doctor talked to me in a way that was going to be good for me because they give me a direction on what I needed to do. So I asked him,
That's awesome.
so what do I need to do? And he's like, well, I suggest this, this, and this. I still don't know what it was, right? Right? And so I recommend Titan Complete. I recommend, what was it?
Your test blocker, HCG, yeah. Those
All
go
the
together.
normal stuff.
Yeah.
And
What's up, Neil?
what ended up happening was I really didn't believe still. I didn't know. Like, I didn't want to put something in my body. I first said, do you have anything that's a tablet?
Right.
And they're like, well, we do, but we suggest this. And I'm like, oh my gosh. I remember the first time that I complete. It took me 10 minutes just to put it. I felt really weird.
I know, me too.
I felt really weird, and I felt ashamed, actually, because there's a lot of
stigmatism.
Stigmatism.
Right, there is.
And drug abuse in my family.
Yeah.
So I was dealing with this
mental,
not just trauma, but this myth about what I was doing to my body.
Right.
I went up to my body. This isn't good. Is this
illegal?
illegal? And so what ended up happening though is that as I started working out with Jason, the first month I quit alcohol. Yeah. Body fat went down. Had a lot of energy, and I just remember like all these things were coming. I just kept doing the same thing. And then he's like, how you feeling? I'm like, I guess okay, right? And I don't know any different. And so the point though is that when my 6 months came up again for my blood level work, this is where the phenomenal part happened is the doctor called me and said, your testosterone levels are normal now.
Right.
And you're how old?
Yeah.
And I said 48.
Yeah.
And he's like, you're in like really good shape. And they gave me so much validation to where
teamwork.
And my body fat was at 14.5.
God, I wish I had my phones. I could show the before and after pictures.
Now it's at 11.3.
That's awesome.
27 to 11.
Yeah,
that's
and
awesome.
I'm 200 pounds. Yeah, well, and I feel great. And he said to Benjamin, I feel like Benjamin Button. You know, I feel like I feel 25. And I look 35 sometimes with a hat on.
When I put gel in.
And when they're high and tight, right? No, but you know, and I came out here with Jason. I was honored. I wanted to meet you guys.
Yeah.
So cool.
I wanted to meet, and I want to just find out more about this arena you guys live in.
Yeah.
So
this is honestly, guys. This is like
cool.
I'll tell you guys. This is the first time I've ever met Albert. You know, I've only talked to him in the text messages and in maybe an email here or there. Mm-hmm. So like to have like this is all real, like real, very, very real, true time life, raw of me being able to talk to him and like me working the 16 or 17 hours a day that I put in for the past almost a decade in October, whatever it is. That's what makes it worth it.
Yes.
That's what makes it every minute of the day worth it is when I get to this point and I get to hear that and like changing people's lives. I mean, because I'm sure your quality of life is better now too.
Oh my God, we talked about that. So the fascinating thing was I'm at this point in my life and like, so what else do they have?
Yeah.
I was like, so what do you take? Like, what else you taking? Right? And so
they got some new fat burners.
Yeah,
I was like, I want to know.
Because
now some goodies for sure.
Yeah. Now I'm like, it's just this. The word I have is now I have like this curiosity.
Right.
So if I can look like this at 49, and I'm proud of myself. I'm fucking 49.
We're proud of you too.
I feel
You're
great.
killing it, dude.
But I'm like, what more can I do? But
Now
what's
you're
happening
not,
though
like, wait.
is I have a lot of people that are watching me too because I post a lot on Instagram. And it's amazing because of him and because you guys and what I'm doing. There are people actually changing their lives, and they're working out more based upon the story that I've told.
So
That's
cool.
awesome.
That's so
and so
cool.
there's this pay it forward.
It's a chain effect.
Yeah.
It really is. It's a chain effect.
You're motivating others.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, that's
cool.
where I get excited.
Yeah.
Like, you get excited.
I get
not
excited.
only when I see that, but now someone else comes in and goes, "Man, I see what you did with Albert. That's what I want to do."
Yeah.
So it's the same.
And you have a lot of people you've transformed.
That's what I specialize in.
A lot. Like I mean,
But it
super
it
transformation.
really couldn't happen though. Without the help of you guys as well.
Teamwork.
It's team effort.
It's
a team effort.
Definitely,
But it's
100%.
like he told you from day one, the very first time I meet with anybody, after I do their external evaluation, I say, but I highly recommend getting in and get your blood work done.
Yeah.
Well, how do I do that? Well, you can go through, but and I give the breakdown that most facilities we're at, if you are technically in a normal range, but at the very end, almost on empty fumes, they won't even look at you. And it's not fair. And so my analogy I always give people is for testosterone, you have empty and full. Yeah. And if you're down here on empty, but you're not out of gas, they're going, oh, you're perfectly fine. And it's like,
and you're like, wait a minute, hold up, I only got 10 more miles.
You're running on fumes.
Right.
Yes. I said, wouldn't you rather run more efficiently on a full tank of gas, put that abuse on your body or a car? Well, yeah, okay, then this is the route you're going to want to go. You're not going to get any runaround. This is what these guys specialize in. This is what they do. You're going to talk with doctors, physicians that literally can give you the answers to any questions that you have. So,
cool.
That is super cool.
This has been the best life ever.
Yes.
It's worth my time today.
Yeah, see, you're trying to get out of here early.
I I was. I got, other mess. I have to answer all you people.
Thank you guys. Yes. And Hulk Squad said the greatest part about Titan is when you feel good and it's addictive.
Yeah.
It is
So
addictive.
Hulk Squad, he's another guy. He's on
He's
New
a
York
huge
area.
supporter. Huge supporter.
He like pulled his hamstring like super bad, right? And like I'm talking about all purple. He started doing BPC, dude. He was healed up. I mean, very quick.
That
in the
looked really
documents. It was
painful.
really, really cool.
Yes.
And he takes some of the other therapies too, but it's
For
really,
sure,
really cool.
for
He's really
sure.
nice. Kim, you definitely need to hook up with us. Thank you for buying a badge too. We
Thanks. I
appreciate
got
all you
another
guys.
tip.
Amanda, what's going on, Amanda? Hopefully we'll see you this weekend at Tampa Pro if you're in the area.
Yeah, guys, everybody out there at Tampa Pro, if you're going to be out there, come to the booth, come get a free shot. We're
And
gonna do some
Jason
D12
will
shots.
be competing.
He's going to win the show.
winner.
That's
He's gonna
right.
win.
That's right.
Yep.
He's definitely going to do it, man.
He's
So
going
I'm
to be
excited.
1 out of 1.
I'll take it. I'll take it. As long as I go with the trophy. I'll take
That's
it.
right.
Give me my
that's right.
trophy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
so
my
don't
goodness.
come with it. I mean, he compete as IBB Pro now. Now he compete for some money
Oh,
now.
Yeah.
So
That's
this isn't
cool.
just a trophy no more. So it's
Yeah.
it's getting a little bit more serious. So God bless. I hope you
Yeah,
kick ass out
and
there.
we're proud of Albert. He's part of the Titan family, too.
Yeah, so hopefully, Olympia is coming up in October. It'll be in Orlando, and we're gonna bring down Salinas for that one too. So it's gonna be cool because we're gonna have some other ones, and you're gonna get to meet some new people on the team too, like Andre Adams, who's another IBB pro.
Yep, he earned his keep, too.
Here in this keep, yeah, he's been a patient for 2.5 years, like
Yep.
fully paying.
He's been sending us people for
And
2
he's
years. He
one of
asked
the
us 2 years ago.
master
Finally, I'm like, you know what?
NASM trainers in the
Come
country.
on.
So really cool. So we're gonna have some really good people that are gonna be there, certified in what they do. They know what they're gonna do. They know how to do it. So if you guys want to come out and meet any of these guys, meet us, talk to us. Olympia will be the next one, but this weekend will be Tampa Pro if you guys are in the area. So come on out.
Good to see you guys, and thank you guys for tuning in. I have to go now.
Yes. Hey, if you guys are coming to Tampa Pro, free B12 shots and amino shots right at our booth. So
Yep, come on by.
Guys,
We'll
come
hook
on
you
by,
up.
get a shirt, get a free injection, and be on your way to feeling better, all right?
Thanks,
All right.
guys.
Later, guys.
Bye.